Hi everybody, my name is Jessie Lane Lee and I'm the holistic nutritionist at jessielanewellness.com. Today I'm going to explain to you the difference between all the different labeling that you find on meat, and it can be really difficult to figure out what the best kind of meat is to buy for you and your family. So in this video, I'm going to cover the 5 most common labels I see in the grocery store. Those would be natural, antibiotic and hormone free, grass-fed, pasture-raised, and organic. The label natural is BS. You can just go ahead and throw that one out the door. All meat falls under this category because it's minimally processed and doesn't contain many additives. This label does not cover the food, living conditions, and medical care that the animals receive. The label antibiotic and hormone free is all over the place. And this is a pretty good label because it means that the animals have not received hormones that make them grow super fast, and they haven't received antibiotics every single day as a prevention for disease. Both these hormones and antibiotics are not so great for human health. That being said, this label isn't regulated, so they can't really control who decides to slap that on their products. In addition, it's not going to cover the living conditions and the food that the animals are given. The label grass-fed and grain-fed is really confusing because they kind of sound the same and you can get them mixed up in your head. When you see something that's grain-fed, it means the animal is fed mostly grain, which they're not really made to be digesting, and it's usually genetically modified. When you see something that's grass-fed, it's great because it means the animals have lived off a beautiful grassy pasture. However, with this label, it does not guarantee that the farmer doesn't sneak some grain in there somewhere, and it only guarantees that they have access to pasture during growing season, so they could be put in crowded conditions on the off-season. This label also doesn't cover the medical care that the animals receive. Pasture-raised animals roam free in their natural environment, munching on any grass or plants that they want to. They're usually from small flocks and aren't given a lot of antibiotics or hormones. However, there's no guarantee with this label, so the best thing that you can do is talk to your farmer. Organic animals can never be given hormones or antibiotics. In fact, if they get sick and they're given antibiotics, they can't be sold as organic anymore. In addition, they're given organic food and always have access to the outdoors and to the pasture. So to summarize, the best meat that you can buy is organic because it gets the proper food, has good living conditions, and receives great medical care. However, organic meat can be a lot more expensive than regular meat, and sometimes this is just not possible to buy. So if you're on a budget, you have a decision to make. If you're more concerned about antibiotics and hormones, then look for the antibiotic hormone-free labeling. On the other hand, if you're more concerned about the animal's welfare and living conditions, then look for something that's pasture-raised. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please share it with your friends and subscribe to my YouTube channel. In addition, you can get lots more healthy living tips at jessielanewellness.com. Bye-bye!
You're really quiet. You're getting pretty close. Yep.
You're getting so close to you.